Let's dive right into the heart of the matter. The discussion about toxic fandoms in K-pop is not just getting old, it's becoming a tiresome, repetitive cycle that does nothing but divide the community. Everywhere you look, there's another debate about which fandom is the most toxic. And frankly, these conversations are exhausting. They're rarely honest or unbiased, and often serve only to fuel more fan wars over trivial social media arguments that the average K-pop fan doesn't even care about. The problem starts with the focus on negativity. When people talk about toxic fandoms, they're usually pointing fingers at the largest and most visible ones. But is that really fair? Of course, in a massive fandom, there are going to be more people, and naturally, more chances for bad behavior. But should the actions of a loud minority define the whole group? Let's be real. Most K-pop fans are just here to enjoy the music, the performances, and the incredible talent of their favorite idols. Yet, these online discussions keep circling back to the same accusations and complaints, turning what should be a celebration of music into a battlefield. Take Blackpink, for example. Their styling and music videos are some of the best in the industry. BTS? Their discography is nothing short of legendary, with tracks that resonate on a global scale. Stray Kids? They're some of the most innovative and creative idols out there. But instead of focusing on these achievements, the conversation often shifts to what their fans are doing online. It's frustrating because it distracts from what really matters: the music. In the past, fan wars in the K-pop world were even more intense. During the second generation and the start of the third generation, different fandoms would actually get into physical altercations. But today, it's mostly just internet drama that could be easily avoided. So why do we still give it so much attention? Maybe it's because the internet amplifies everything. Platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are designed to magnify the loudest voices, which often aren't the most reasonable ones. This digital noise creates an illusion that these toxic interactions represent the entire fandom when, in reality, they're just a small fraction. What's even more frustrating is how these conversations perpetuate stereotypes. When someone says, "this fandom is toxic," they're usually talking about a very specific group of people. But then, when a member of that fandom tries to defend themselves, it only reinforces the negative image. It's a vicious cycle that does nothing but breed more negativity. And honestly, it's just boring. How many times do we need to hear the same arguments before we realize that they're not getting us anywhere? The real issue isn't the fans, it's the way we engage with these discussions. The internet, by its very nature, encourages overgeneralization and tribalism. But K-pop should be about the music, the performances, and the artistry, not about which fandom can shout the loudest. Yet, here we are, letting a few bad apples spoil the whole bunch. There's a secret to avoiding this drama. Don't get too emotionally invested in the fandom wars. It's perfectly okay to have friends from rival fandoms. You can support your favorites without dragging others down. In fact, some of the best conversations I've had about K-pop were with people who stand different groups. We respect each other's tastes, and that makes the whole experience more enjoyable. Let's talk about the role of social media in all of this. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged, and one of the easiest ways to do that is by fueling conflict. When you see a tweet or a post that makes you angry, you're more likely to respond to it. And that interaction drives engagement. The algorithms don't care whether the engagement is positive or negative. They just want to keep you on the platform. This creates a feedback loop where the most inflammatory content gets the most attention, which in turn makes the online space feel more toxic than it actually is. But here's the thing. You have control over how you engage with social media. If you find yourself getting frustrated by the negativity, take a break. Mute or block accounts that bring nothing but stress into your life. Curate your feed to focus on the content that makes you happy. Remember, you're here for the music, the performances, and the artistry, not the drama. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do people get so emotionally invested in these fandom wars in the first place? Part of it has to do with the way K-pop is marketed. Companies know that building a strong emotional connection between fans and idols is key to maintaining loyalty. When fans feel like they're part of a community, they're more likely to support their idols through thick and thin. But this emotional investment can sometimes go too far, leading to toxic behavior when fans feel that their favorites are being attacked. This is especially true for younger fans who may not yet have the maturity to handle these intense emotions. When you're a teenager, everything feels like life or death, and it's easy to get caught up in the drama. But as you get older, you start to realize that not everything is worth fighting over. You learn to pick your battles and let go of the things that don't really matter. It's all part of growing up. That's not to say that all toxic behavior in fandoms can be blamed on younger fans. There are plenty of adults who engage in the same negative behaviors, and they should know better. But the point is that a lot of this toxicity comes from a place of emotional immaturity, and the best way to combat it is with maturity and perspective. So, what can we do to change the conversation? First, we need to stop giving so much attention to the negative aspects of fandom culture. Instead of focusing on who's being toxic, let's celebrate the positive aspects of being a fan. Let's talk about the joy of discovering new music, the excitement of attending a concert, and the friendships that are formed through a shared love of K-pop. These are the things that make fandom worth it, and they deserve more attention than the drama. Second, we need to hold ourselves accountable for how we engage with others online. If you see someone being toxic, don't stoop to their level. Respond with kindness, or better yet, don't engage at all. Remember, you have the power to shape your own experience online. Don't let a few negative interactions ruin your love for K-pop. Finally, we need to remember that at the end of the day, K-pop is about the music. The reason we all became fans in the first place is because we love the art, the performances, and the incredible talent of the idols we stan. Let's not lose sight of that in the midst of all the noise. So the next time you see someone hating on a group or their fans, remember that most of this toxicity is driven by a small, vocal minority. And if we're being honest, much of it comes from younger fans who haven't yet developed the maturity to handle differences of opinion. The real fans, the ones who appreciate K-pop for what it is, are busy enjoying the music, not getting caught up in online battles. It's time to shift the focus back to what really matters. Let's enjoy K-pop for the incredible genre it is, without letting a few bad apples spoil the fun. So, what do you think? Should we stop giving so much attention to toxic fandoms and focus on the music instead? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more K-pop commentary. And remember, the essence of K-pop lies in its ability to bring people together from all walks of life, transcending language and cultural barriers. The joy we find in the music, the thrill of a new comeback, and the sense of community are what truly define this genre. By focusing on the positive and embracing the diversity within the K-pop fandom, we can create a space where everyone feels welcome, where the music takes center stage, and where the love for K-pop continues to grow stronger every day.